You're a good dog. Good girl. Hey, Heather, John. Hey, everybody jumping on. Here's little Miss Puppers. She's saying, hey, the ducks have decided to take off, I guess. They were hanging out by me. But I think once they realized I wasn't going to feed them, they decided to leave, which is usually the case with the ducks. The horses, hey, baby. Here's Miss Love. All right, close. Here's Miss Lovey. Hey, Donna Lee. How are you? Here's Miss Lovey. Miss Lovey got her feet done. My farrier had to split it up between 2 days. And so these guys got their feet done today. Now, Miss Lovey was really difficult. I'm not going to lie. The farrier was incredibly patient with her, but he didn't completely finish her because she was horrendous. We tied both horses next to her to try to keep her calm, and she was still having a complete conniption. We're not sure what it was that was bugging her. She was just not about it today, and so nothing was working. And my farrier is pretty patient. I can't believe he did as much as he was able to. I have not, Donnelly. Yeah, hey Teresa, nice to see you. So she was hard to trim. I was thinking the same thing, Donnelly. It's been a while. I'm, you know, and I haven't been on lives for a while either. So Mr. Normie got cut. Now, I should show you guys kind of what they cut off. Look at the hoof. The farrier was just telling me, you know, that's a lot of foot to take off. I usually trim every 8 weeks, have my horses trimmed. Don't grow much over the winter, but when we hit the summertime and they are on grass, their hooves grow so quickly. That's a lot of foot to take off. So he was just adamant that he trim them again. You want to eat that? Yeah, that's a treat for her. She absolutely loves to eat those. They're disgusting. But the farrier was absolutely adamant that look at how calm she is. And do you notice that there's no flies on her? I just posted a video about fly spray. Someone very generous donated the stuff for me to make my fly spray, which I make every year for them. And it's working wonders for the horses. I mean, it's not perfect, but there's not stomping going on. Before, we had constant stomping with their feet, which isn't good. Hey, Lovey. We don't have that going on, so that's great. But he was adamant that I have them trimmed after 6 weeks because he wanted to. He said he was basically, you know, there was so much to take off. So he's going to come back again in 6 weeks, which usually I do 8. But because we went too long the last time, I'm going to have them trimmed at 6. So he'll be back again in a month and a half to trim them. And hopefully Miss Lovey has a better time then. Yeah, like I said, something got her very anxious. And so I think we need to practice like being on a different side of the fence than the other horses and being out and being away from the other horses, because I think that's part of our problem is that she's constantly with Normie, and as soon as she's not with him, even she could see him. They were right next to each other. Like we had him tied on this side of the fence. She was on this side of the fence. She couldn't handle it. So we need to work on it. She's a bit body sour. Okay, Donnelly, that sounds good. Let me keep me posted. Why does she? I'm not sure. And she, like I said, she got 3 trimmed, and the farrier is amazing. Like he was really patient. I didn't think he was going to get anything trimmed. He got 3 done and he got 1 partially done, but then it was at the point where he was going to kick, she was going to kick him. And I was like, you know what? No, not worth it to me. I like my Farrier. I need to keep him around. And I just said, nope, if you can't finish, you can't finish. And he goes, yeah, she's going to kick me. So I just said, yep, well, then she's not going to get finished. That's just going to be what it is. So he did it the best he could so that she's not like wonky or lopsided or anything like that. She'll be fine. He did it the best he could, but it's not perfect. And he just said, it's not perfect. And I'm like, it's okay. Like, it's okay. She's not perfect, but you're not getting kicked. So that's kind of important to me. Hey, yeah, yeah. She's such a sweet, sweet girl. Yeah, I know. She's really coming around, like, with becoming more curious and more engaged, and she's really looking like she could start round pen work and like be ridden. She looks good, but I don't know that I have the skill set to take her on. She's definitely she's not a gelding. Let's put it that way. I'm not picking on you, girl. I'm not picking on you, girl, but you're not one of the boys. She's not being ridden now. No, nope. I have not put a saddle on her. I think she needs some ground manners, because she can be a little bit pushy. She's a little bit buddy sour. She needs some ground manners. She needs a little bit of work. I'm a firm believer in doing all that bonding and then establishing a relationship and then working on groundwork and then making sure that we do everything on the ground before I would ever get on her, because I think from what I've seen, where people go wrong is going straight to riding without doing some of the other things first. But really establishing your relationship on the ground first and establishing, a connection too. Yeah, look at how calm you are, buddy. So I think we have the relationship part down, because I know she trusts me. And there's so many things I can do with her now that I couldn't do when I first brought her home. So I know that she trusts me. Like this, remember, I couldn't even hardly touch her head. I know she trusts me. But as far as being respectful, she needs to work on it. As far as desensitizing, she needs to work on some major desensitizing. Because any little thing can trip or trigger. So we need to work on some stuff. We want to set up a round pen this year. It's kind of one of our projects, to set up a round pen so that I can really work with them. What do I recommend for a horse? It depends on where you're at with your riding, or what you want to do with them. If you want a really nice lawn ornament, rescuing from a kill lot is great, because you're saving a horse and you can look at them and they look pretty, and they have tons of them there that are just being dumped. If you want a horse for light riding, if you're experienced, it depends on your skill set. If you want a horse to ride occasionally, that you're just going to ride occasionally and that you want something safe and you're not an experienced rider, you get something like him, he's older, he's completely trustworthy, he's been there, done that, he's completely safe. It doesn't matter if he sits for a month or if he sits for 6 months, he's going to ride out the same, he's going to be the same horse. If you want a challenge and you're experienced, I would say a younger Arabian or an Arabian in general, but they can be high strung or they can be wonderful. Are you interested in building a bond with a horse, or just having something to tootle around on when you feel like it? A horse that might be for one person might not be for another person. Right, Levy? That's why I haven't kept all the horses I've gotten out of the kill lot. Because even though I fall in love with them, sometimes it's not a good fit. And you have to be willing to recognize that. And bailing them is great, but then they need to be in a place where they fit. And that's why I miss Love here. I'm noticing, like, she needs to have a purpose. She's not meant to sit around. She definitely wants to do something. She definitely has the ability. She's extremely athletic. She can move out. She has the ability to do something, and I'd like her to. So I want to give her that opportunity and work with her. Mr. Normie here is just retiring. He's older. He's got arthritis. He's served his purpose. He's taught kids how to ride. He is such a sweet horse. I love him. He'll retire here. He's just awesome. He'll be here forever. He's just the sweetest thing on the earth. And a great little horse for the kids, and they're just good. But Miss Lovey here, I'll tell you, she has a little bit of spice. And somebody bailed that up. The Appaloosa is still there. The Appaloosa is still there. I'm waiting because it's an expensive horse. It's $2,000, which is quite expensive for a kill lot horse. So I'm waiting for them to bail the kill lot, that one. I think, oh my gosh, I got horse stuff in my eyes. That's embarrassing. I was picking stuff off the horses around their eyes, and I went to rub my eye, and then I got horse gunk in my own eye. The fun of horsemanship. But no, that's expensive, and the horses at the kill lot, there was one I really wanted to rescue. He was super, super, super thin. He looked in pretty poor condition. He was going for $1,500, which is crazy. That's a bail price for a thin, underweight horse that's going to need work. But for some reason, the horse market is crazy high right now. The cheaper ones have major issues that I don't feel like I can take on safely. Like the cheap ones are unhandled, like Mustangs. I'm like, okay, that sounds so cool, but also, no, I don't have the skill set for a Mustang. Like, no, nope, that's not happening. So I'm not gonna buy a horse just because it's cheap and it's in a kill lot, because that's stupid. If I put my other horses in danger, or my kids or myself, because I don't have the ability to care for it. So I'm waiting impatiently but patiently for the right fit. The Appaloosa had a moon spot in its eye. Appaloosas are kind of prone to blindness. That's why we decided not to do him, because if you have a partially blind horse or a horse that goes blind, there's some different care that you need taking them on, and I'm not sure that I can do that. I don't have experience with it. Could I figure it out? Probably. But yeah. Clorox wants to be Zorro. Well, that's the thing. It's like, I remember being a kid and watching all these, and my friends, like my friends group, like I remember watching these like horse movies with girls and horses, or the Westerns, and I'm like, I want a horse. And I thought, like, you know, I saw people riding, and I thought, oh, I want it. That's what I want. He's cribbing, which is his bad habit. Don't do that, please, sir. Good boy. And you know, I think that's the mistake, that you have this fantasy idea of horses. Let me tell you guys right now, probably 80% of, not 80, 95% of the time I spend with my horses is brushing them, cleaning up shit, taking care of them, medicating them, loving them, spending time with them, getting to know them, braiding their hair, telling them they're beautiful, building a relationship with them, cleaning up after them, changing fences, looking at fences, watching stuff. The glam and beauty of horsemanship is beautiful if you love horses and you love doing that kind of stuff. If you're in it for anything else, I mean, people do it all the time. They show them and then they have other people. But that's not, I mean, real horsemanship, it isn't about riding all the time. It's just not. If we're being real here, it's not about that. Real horsemanship is caring for horses and building a bond with a horse. And you do build a bond by riding, but that is not the main way that you build a bond with a horse. This is my personal opinion, and I'm sure that people can disagree with me, and you can, because it's a free country. But in my opinion, the way you build a bond with a horse is not by riding them. It's all relational. Especially I think I've developed that theory from raising Arabians. Miss Lovey, Mr. Normie in there. That's how they work. You don't just meet them and they love you. You build a relationship with them and then they take care of you and respect you. You build a bond based off of respect and love. And then you from that bond you 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 build, riding and other things. But I don't know. I want to make a mini series on my YouTube channel. I want to make a mini true horsemanship through field. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You're sort of, yeah. I mean, and I understand that not everybody, and that's why I say it. Like people are like, oh, do I have the money? I have the money for a horse. I want a horse. The money isn't the big thing. Just like with cats and dogs, the money is not the big thing. The biggest thing, and this goes for kids, a wife, a husband. The biggest thing is your time. Do you have the time? Because anybody can have the money. Anybody can have the money. Do you have the time? And do you have the heart to do it? Do you have patience? Do you have patience? Because you're not going to buy a horse and it's going to love you. Right, Lovey? I mean, we named her Lovey and it took her a while to love me. Sometimes I still wonder. But she's always the first to come up to me in the pasture. And she likes her head scratches now, which she didn't like before. And I talk to her about stuff and she listens, right? Because she knows all the stuff I deal with because she's a girl. Right, Lovey? We understand each other. But we didn't get here overnight. Everybody knows. If you saw her journey when she came, she had her head shaved because she had a halter grown into her head. She was wild. She didn't want her head touched. She was extremely thin. I mean, it takes time. It takes patience. A lot of patience. Yeah, this one. I just put this one up yesterday. I moved this one here for these guys because they like to scratch on this post. So I put it here and I'm waiting for them to find it, but they've also shut it out. When they're shutting out, when they start shutting out, they get really itchy. And I try to brush them every day, but they're now all shutted out. Like her coat, yeah, she's completely shutted out, and so is Normie. Moo has a little bit, you can see on the side right there. Moo's not completely shutted out, but I should have put the scratching posts up a little bit sooner. But still, I can't wait to watch them use it because my window is right up there, and I love watching them. I love watching them out the window. Hey, honey, I'd like to see them. I know, honey buns. And they absolutely love their horse licks. Their horse licks jar. They love that. They've been doing pasture time in the morning for 3 to 4 hours. They're doing really well. I'm gonna set up around 10 and start working with Miss Love, but she's such a sweet girl. What have we got going on here, honey? Oh, what we got? She's such a good girl. She's so calm. I wish you could have been like this for the Farrier, but it was not in the cards today, was it? It was not in the cards at all. Well, my phone is about to die. So, I'm going to tell you guys this. I'm watching the kill lot every day. When the right thing comes along, we're going to bring it home. Until then, we're just really taking care of the ones we have. We've been doing our natural fly spray. Miss Lovey has a fly mask that she's a doll about having put on. We're just taking care of what we have right now, living life. But when we find one, we'll let you guys know. I think my goal is kind of to get something in poor condition, kind of like Miss Love was, but I'd like to get something that's really broke. as far as I'm concerned, Miss Lovey may just live out her days relaxing with Mr. Normie, which she probably deserves. But I'd like to work with her, and these guys keep me busy, so it's not like I need something else to keep me busy. However, if it's in the cards, it's in the cards. Miss Papas is doing good. Puppy, you doing good? Yes, you are. You're a big girl. She's a big girl. And then the ducklings are doing great. The minis are up in their shelter, which is awesome. It's a little bit warm out here today, and they hang out together on the same side, which is very funny. They're best friends. Sometimes it's very weird. Sometimes they bicker and like little kids, and sometimes they are BFFs. And right now they're BFFs, both on the same side in their shelter, hanging out together. Little John, come here, baby. Come on. Come on, buddy. No, Mom, I'm going to stay in here. Oh, here they come. Little John and Miss Rosie. Hi, boys. Hi, boys. My phone's about to die, so I should probably wrap this up, but his feet, the Farrier. There's Miss Rosie. Some waters today. Yeah, just kind of keeping up with all of our daily stuff is a chore. Oh, good girl, Puppers. Pups is watching over everybody. Good girl, Puppers. Good girl. But like I said, guys, when we decide to bail another horse, we'll put it on the page. We'll show you guys what's going on. When we had tried to bail another one, we had donations to the tune of like $400. So whenever we find another horse in the kill lot, we're taking that money and putting it right on the next horse. Again, hoping to find one that kind of is in poor shape, not, you know, that's kind of what we're looking for. Something that needs some feed and needs some love. And then we'll bail again. But thanks, guys, for watching. We're going to do this one tag at a time. We appreciate all of you. Just today I was mixing up fly spray with all the ingredients that somebody donated. When I had to pay the Farrier bill, that was paid for because people support my channel. Fly masks, I was able to order 2 fly masks for Norman and Moo because they're fly masks. I've had them for 1.5 years and they're like falling apart and the seams are ripping, and somebody donated the money for those. I can't even explain to you how much it means to me. The treat drawer is down there full up. There are treats to spare. You guys have done that. Like, it means so much to us that you guys help us and spoil them and give them an amazing life. It's really awesome. So thank you, thank you, thank you. If you haven't liked or subscribed, if you're into horse content, puppers, animals in general, rescue, please like and subscribe. It helps our channel and helps what we do, and helps us to help more horses, which is our ultimate goal. So we'll see you guys on the next one. And if I can figure out how to shut it off. Trivia. Let's see. Magic Mike. I will do so. Sorry. Where's the horse with the... We'll have to do a trivia night. Okay. So, sorry, guys. I just like the stream for the dog. Yes, she's a sweetheart. You say hi to everybody and show them your pearly whites. Yes, she gets raw dog food that I make for her, and her pearly whites are shiny. And she uses those to scare the Amazon driver. And eat horse poop. I can smell horse poop. Oh, dude. Yuck. Papas. Yeah, she's such a good girl. Oh, gosh, her breath smells horrendous. Anyways, I'll see you guys